But hear something and you like, that's all I needed to hear? Yeah, that just happened. What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk, right back. Like I never left. First and foremost, before I get started today, let me say thank you. Thank you. You guys did y'all thing. Y'all ran it up. I am now at 26,000 and climbing. And we almost at 26,000 and like 50 or 60 already. Y'all been doing y'all thing, so thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Channel is growing, and I couldn't be more thankful and excited. Never want to go too far and act like I'm not humble and appreciative of what y'all do for me. But listen, let's talk offensive line, man. And you know what? Before I get into that, let me tell you this. This is the time of year where you got to be a special Cowboys fan. I would love for y'all to respond in the comments. Y'all let me know if you one of these fans. I'm one of those fans that when this drought comes every year, and this drought comes every year, I don't get bored. You would be surprised how many ideas I got going on in my mind about this team. I'm one of those fans. And just type in the comments, I'm one of those fans that don't get tired of talking about backup offensive linemen. I'm in the who's going to be the safety rotation. That's me. I want to talk about Jordan Lewis and how he's underappreciated. That's me. I want to know where Junior Fuhoku is and why I ain't seen no pictures or heard anything about him. Like, where is Junior at? What's going on with that? Like, I'm not just excited about our rookies, but there's some returning players. Like, I heard some good things about Nashawn Wright recently. Thinking about doing a video on that. Like, it's one of those things where I don't get tired of talking about this team. And if you one of those fans is right, I'm one of those fans. If you really one of those fans, hit subscribe. Be a part of the cartel, because this is what I do every day. I want to talk about this offensive line secret weapon. And I'm going to invite a special guest on this show. See, the dopest thing about the Cowboys community that I'm blessed to be a part of is I got brothers in the community that I feel like I can call my brothers, man. Seriously, I've been working with them. I've been talking to them for a couple years now. And I can shoot a text like, yo, man, I'm going to clip your show. You know what I'm saying? Hope you don't mind. Who am I talking about?
Zach Martin said this.
Officials, that work you guys do at Duke.
Oh, it's huge. And, this year was my kind of first year over there. But the biggest thing was, we had 4 or 5 guys from our offensive line over there.
So now that's Terrence Steele, Zach Martin, Brock Hoffman, Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, Cooper Beebe. I think TJ Bass over there too. Your whole offensive line working with Duke Manyweather is crazy.
It's fact. Yes. A similar event did take place. You're right. You were right.
Crazy.
Oh, that's my dog Vox. I wanted to give it a little build up. But yeah, man, I'm cool with a lot of the brothers in the community. Everybody does great work, and everybody brings their own little special thing to the table. See, we ain't got to compete because we all part of the same family. We all pushing in the same direction. We want Cowboys prosperity. But Vox said something that triggered something in me that made me say, hold up. The entire line is working with Duke Manyweather? Duke Manyweather is probably the self-professed best offensive line guru in football. I know the Eagles love to say Jeff Stoutland, and there's other great offensive lines in the league. But all of the great offensive linemen work with Duke Manyweather. He's not a Cowboys coach. He's not a Cowboys mercenary, but it felt like it. He might as well be on retainer. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys slide him money on the side or whatever. He gets paid by the Cowboys, I feel like, directly. I don't think it's just from the athletes because he does so much work with us. Make sure our rookies are leaps and bounds ahead of other rookies. And now he got our veterans working with him. But to hear our whole starting offensive line is working with him cohesively, that's a secret weapon. Because, look, you got Lane Johnson works with him. You know what I'm saying? You got Zach Martin working with him. Tyron Smith is working with him. Like, all kinds of great veterans work with him. But all the rookies work with him, too. Cooper Beebe been working with him for over a year. He helps with technique. and different parts of the offensive line game that's way more nuanced and detailed than I can tell you. The thing that got me excited about this is, listen, you got Tyler Guyton, who everyone said, yo, he is a project. He got work to be put in. He got all of the attributes. Footwork's great. Size is great. Arm length is great. But he's going to need some work. That was Tyler Guyton. Cooper Beebe, who was kind of forgotten about. Maybe it's his stature. But I've seen him stand up and play against those vaunted Texas defensive tackles. I know because I'm a Texas Longhorn fan. Tavondre Sweat and Murphy. And I think it's Ojoro. I think that was his name. All of them D tackles. He held it down one-on-one with them. One-on-one blocking. And that flashes to me like, okay, he can play against NFL D tackle talent. Yeah, those are our new starting rookie offensive linemen. But then you got Tyler Smith, who's an all-pro. Tyler Smith, who everybody doubted coming in, but guess who he worked with? Our secret weapon. He worked with Duke Manyweather to get his game right. And Duke turned him around within months to where he came in to play guard. Tyron Smith goes down, he flips and plays tackle and does it well. Like Pro Bowl caliber well. As a rookie. Flips back to guard this year and becomes an all-pro. That type of caliber. Because y'all know the Cowboys, whenever we draft offensive linemen in the first round, exponentially great. I feel like Cooper Beebe could have been a first rounder, or at least an early second rounder. We got lucky, probably because of the position he plays. But him being in between two all-pros helps Beebe a lot. He looks to his right, he got Zach Martin. And Zach Martin got a little chip on his shoulder because he's self-professed that I ain't played my best last year. You want Zach Martin with a little chip on his shoulder. You want him to come out there because he's one of the best in the game. Perpetually all-pro. He like Aaron Donald was for D tackles. As soon as the season starts, all-pro. Everybody else getting around that, but he's all-pro. That's how good Zach Martin is. But last year, he wasn't. I feel like he got all-pro more for his name than his play, if we're going to just keep it funky. But he acknowledged that, and he wants to come back in and show everybody, nah, I'm still that beast. And then you got Terrence Steele, who, shout out to Foots the King, another one of the greats in this game. He was talking about who was the worst offensive lineman last year, because he's been watching a lot of film on it. I've been tapped in. My boy do amazing work. And showing a lot of film of how Tyler Biadasz was getting worked out at center. Worked out like a Bowflex. Moved around against his will. Didn't do good against one techs or three techs. Like good defensive tackle work, punishing him all year. So good luck in Washington. But the reason why I brought him up is because he talked about who's the worst offensive lineman. Some people said Terrence Steele. But he said Terrence Steele cleaned it up later in the year. Wasn't nearly as bad, but remember, he was recovering from that ACL, and it takes a while sometimes. He finally started to get his feet under him. So I'm hoping that this offseason, instead of rehabbing, he could just train and come back right. That's another reason why I want Trayvon Diggs and Demarion Overshown to take their time getting back. That's why go get Gilmore. And we got a pretty good linebacker rotation. We're bringing in a workout from a USFL linebacker, plus everybody else we already got. That room's going to be deep enough to where Demarion Overshown don't got to rush back. But this ain't about the linebackers and the corners. It's about offensive line. But still, where did he get great? How did he get great? Duke Manyweather. Duke, undrafted free agents out of Texas Tech. And I remember my boy Boss Cowboy was battling with the entire community. I love Terrence Steele, him and the OC. And all of us, including me, was like, nah, dog. Nah, Lyle Collins. Terrence Steele. He fought with us for a whole year. But he was right. He stood on his 1-2. He stood 10 toes down. So I feel like Terrence Steele, chip on his shoulder, wants to prove that he can be that player that got that contract. Zach Martin, chip on his shoulder, wants to prove I am the all-pro that's next to my name. I didn't have no slippage. Even though you've heard whispers of retirement, I'm playing, and I'm coming to play well. Cooper Beebe just needs to prove himself. He got to earn it. He got to earn these accolades. There's been a whole lot of hype put to his name. Go put that work in, Cooper. I got faith in you. Tyler Smith, who would probably be right now, hands down, our best offensive lineman. Youngest all-pro on the team, as far as offensive lineman wise. Work ethic out of this world. Position flex, can play 2 positions at a high level. Tyler Smith is that dude. Then you got Tyler Guyton, the one that everybody got their eyes like this about. Like, what's he going to do? But he has a lot of hunger to him. Staying in Arlington or in the Metroplex or whatever. Because I got an Airbnb out here. I want to work with Duke over the 45 days we off. You can talk a good game, but what you going to do? Put your mind to it. Put your effort to it. So when I say secret weapon, it ain't one of the particular players. It's Duke and the fact that our players are getting to do something that other teams' offensive lines ain't getting to do. See, a lot of the offensive lines, they only do work at practice. It's just like Dak in the Dak yard. Our offensive line is actually getting a chance to put in work after hours, building camaraderie outside of practice. So it's not just Oxnard. It's now. They already working together with Duke Manyweather now, building camaraderie. Then they got practice together. Then they got Oxnard. Because you want your offensive line to move like a chain. One weakness in the link, the strength is gone. Because you just attack that weakness. So it's a lot of work to be done. It's a lot of things to be proven. So I'm not anointing them as the best offensive line in the league. No. But we got a weapon that other teams don't got. See, might have great offensive line coach and everything like that, but they're at liberty to just practice in that practice. Our players are practicing that practice, but they're practicing when they go do their personal training with Duke Manyweather. And they're there and they're talking and they double checking technique and they communicating. Communication is a big deal. So when they get to camp in Oxnard, they already moving. Like a one lane, or like a chain, all the links in the chain, for lack of better word. I just think it's dope. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Do y'all think it's dope that our offensive line is getting extra work, considering we got 2 rookies on it? And I know there's going to be somebody saying, what about TJ Bass? Beast. Brock Hoffman? Beast. But they got to put their work in. It's not going to be given. There's 2 spots on this line that are technically open. If Brock want that center position over BB, go take it. And I'll shut up. And I'll give you all the props in the world. I don't think TJ Bass got a chance. I think TJ Bass will be the replacement for Zach Martin. That's what I think. Tyler Guyton, you better not lose to Chumi Doka. But please let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Our offensive line is going to be better than it was last year because of youth and because of communication. They all working with each other around the clock. I'll holler.